Welcome back once again, viewing several, to another episode in my little series that I like to call Hands Up, Who Loves the Train Set? Me! So today I'm going to be looking at this Märklin HO set. I bought this recently and I haven't actually really had a chance to look at it properly. I can see there's there's something there in the box that leads it looks like there's a loose buffer or something. That's no problem, sort that out. But you can see surprisingly I hadn't realised it's actually a digital set, so it also has a little hand controller with a digital controller, a bit like the Roco set. Now I suspect they're probably both made by Lentz. I think I can see in the instructions in the Roco set that it's a Lentz controller, so it wouldn't surprise me. It looks very, very similar but with different livery on it. But you can see this set is quite interesting. It's got 2 or 3 wagons, 2 long ones and a short one, and you get a load of shipping container things and a shunter, and you get this rather splendid kind of crane. Now I don't know whether that works or whether it's just a I don't even know whether if it's complete, because it's an older used set. It does appear to be in the box, so there is a load of stuff in there under the tray. It's quite a big set, this one. You can see there, it's got what they call Märklin's C Track, which is their HO track, clipped together track with roadbed. So that's 4 different types of HO track that I've got now. So I'll probably do a video comparing each of those at some point. So we've got to the Märklin one, and we've already looked at the Piko, and the Roco, and we're also going to have a look at some Bachmann Easy Track in HO as well in the next episode. So as you can see, this is quite an exciting looking set. You get a siding so that you can put this container thing over there, and it looks like, you know, you can load up your wagons. Now I've got no idea whether that crane actually works. It looks like it's probably, you know, not a powered model or anything like that, and as I say, it may not be complete, which I'm not too worried about. I'm more interested in just running the train round. So when we open up the box, we'll have a look inside, and we'll go over it all, and we'll see what's in it. So all I've done so far is I've just got it out of the packaging that, you know, it was posted in. So I haven't really had a chance to have a look inside. So we're going to do that. We'll do that now. So okay, let's have a look what's in the box. Right, so this is what's inside. So this is the track. It's quite interesting. It's Märklin C Track, which is it's very similar in some ways to the. It's probably closer to the Bachmann track, in that the roadbed is a lot harder and less rubbery than the Piko or the Roco. But the interesting thing about this track that I've just realised is it's got the conducting, you know, like the power is two they're common, the two rails, and the power comes from the middle, which is like them little dots on the track. And if I show you the Loco, you can see it's got a middle shoe pickup, a bit like the old Hornby 3-rail 00. So this is an interesting little Loco. It's someone's put a sticker on it to say it's number 2, so that's good, because it means this controller, it's just got 4 selections on it, so it should be number 2. So that should be, it's quite a very, very basic controller, that one. And the power supply, I'm going to need to use the adapter, and it says 18 VA, so it's not the highest amount of current, but it will be perfectly adequate for this this one little train. We've got some nice wagons. That one's got a broken coupling, which I can easily fix, but I'll just run it at the back of the train for now. Power track. There's some broken bits of buffer, but there's one here that's complete, and you're only supposed to get one in the set, so that's okay. So underneath this track we have got the crane, which appears to be intact, but it's a bit flimsy, and it's very toy-like. Some of the containers appear to be plastic, while others are just literally cardboard boxes. But I'm not really worried about any of that. It's mostly the track and the loco that I'm interested in. So I probably won't be setting the crane up. But yeah, I haven't tried this C Track before, and there was a time where I was thinking I do wonder whether my 3-rail 00 would run on that, but according to various forums on the internet, it doesn't, because the pickups are not quite good enough for it. The Hornby, it does need that middle rail rather than these little dot things. As you can see, the Hornby ones just have like a shoe, whereas this has got a whole long rail that will pick up from there. So anyway, I'll see what I can set up on my bench, and then we'll get the train on the track. Right, so here we are on the track. Controller, very simple. Go faster, go slower, change direction, select one of 4 addresses, and turn the lights on and off with that button. So F0, you've got an F0 button, a manual selector that looks like it might be 1 to 4, and yeah, very simple. It looks like quantized, so you press once to speed up, and then it's at that speed, which is fine. I mean, I would prefer a control knob, but so I set the track up to try the point, but obviously there's a lot of track left, a lot more straights. I just set up what could fit on here, put the wagons in a siding going into the loop so I can fit it on the desk, and yeah, so that runs around okay. I don't think it works very well at slow speeds at the moment. It may need a little service. So as you can see, if I press that now, change direction, it stops the loco. But that's okay, because we're going to try and go in and pick these wagons up now and see if that works. I don't think it will run at that speed, no. I think we're going to have to give it a little hand there across the points. But that's okay. Right, let's pull the wagons out. Oops, before we do that, I've just noticed we're not even on that one's derailed. I hadn't actually put it on the tracks properly. I should have checked that. This is about the 5th take that I've done, because I keep having problems with the camera, and also it's not running that well, but it's running well enough to show you. So that's nice and smooth. I don't think it's not going to run that well, much slower than that. Points seem okay. Oddly enough, I wonder if these are digital points, because I've got the power downstream from the point, and it may well be that these are set up for digital so that it's not isolated, because I know on the Hornby ones you have to add those little clips on, so that the powers goes to both sides. So I originally had this set up upstream of the points, but it was on the other side, and I was having terrible trouble demonstrating it over there. So I put it here, but it seems to work pretty well. It works okay. So a plus point is that these points must have the connections through, and they're basically not isolating points, and must be, for digital. That's okay. So we'll speed her up. 2 presses, 3 presses. Yeah, that's quite nice. Right, we'll go down a bit. Will it run at this speed? I think that it runs at that one okay. One more down. Yeah, it's struggling a bit at that speed. But, you know, that might just be lubrication that will sort that out. I'll tell you what, we'll have a go at backing the train into the siding. It might not work because this radius, but we might get some sort of coupling lock-ups, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so let's back her in. So far, so very nice. Yeah, see, it's not. I need to do a bit of work on it, but you'd expect that from an older set like this. I've literally just took it out the box. See, now I've run into the buffers, but you know, that's fine. But there you go. It's easy enough to uncouple. Just do that and bring her out again. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I quite like it. It's not bad. That's quite a nice. Quite like the wagons. And it's very. I mean, for me, this is interesting to have one of this type of track with the pickup in the middle on these little dots. And yeah, I've seen this track for sale, and I did one time think about whether I could use this with the old Hornby 00 3-rail, but I don't think it would work because the way the pickups are, it's like a long sort of ski on the Märklin stuff, whereas the Hornby are kind of like these shoes, and I think you would get points where it would just not be in contact, so I don't think it would work. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I quite like that. I did wonder whether this would be a better set than the Roco one, but actually the Roco one is better, that I did in the last episode, not least of all because the controller is pretty it works, but it's not very good, and the power supply on the Roco one also gives you like 2.67 amps, so you know you could use that on, and you've got a separate unit which you can plug multiple hand controls in, so that's much more expandable set. This track I found not that easy to get the perfect radius. It doesn't quite clip together, and when you try and straighten it out somewhere else in the loop, seems to go slightly out of alignment. So I'm not quite sure why that is. I did originally try and use this point in place of one of these, because you put it on top and seems to be the same length and radius here, but I just could not get that to work. So I don't know why that was. Maybe there's less flexibility in this piece than there are in some of these, but so overall this was a promising looking set, and I do like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's a great one for the collection, but I think I would say that the Roco one is much better, higher quality. But in terms of play value, if you had this as a new set, you get much more track, you get a point, you get more wagons, and you get the crane and the extra play value of the sort of containers, even if they are a bit toyish. So I think that this set sort of scores highly against it on some points, but I think overall for me, so far the Roco one is ahead. But I'm going to be doing the Bachmann US outline HO set next, and that's got another system, yet another system of clip together track. So we'll see what that one's like. But you know, I don't think there'll be a Brucey bonus on this one, because this is the only locomotive that I've got that will actually run on this track right now. So I'm not going to try running anything else. But if you got this far, I appreciate that. It doesn't matter, you watch it if you want. I'm not monetising my channel, nothing like that. So it's just really to show anyone who's interested my collection. So this is this one. That is the Märklin 29266 digital starter set. I'm actually quite pleased with that one.